Hi, my name is David Ibiam. Come with me as I take you through a journey of all the goodies P1 Plus has to offer. My man. If you're meeting us for the first time, we are a multiple award-winning real estate company with a track record of excellence and great customer satisfaction. And here is a list of the estates and locations prices that we have.
A whopping sum of 3 million naira gets you a plot of land at Billionaire Colony by Cedarwood.
Billionaire Resort by Cedarwood is still selling at 12 million naira.
Billionaire Island by Cedarwood Phase 7 is still 7 million naira. Take advantage of this price before the price review.
Billionaire City by Cedarwood is currently 20 million naira per plot, and Billionaire Island by Cedarwood Phase 4 is 9 million naira per plot.
So you can get a space of 464 square meter at Billionaire Resort by Cedarwood Phase 2 for as low as 7.5 million naira right now, up until August 6th, after which the price changes to 12 million naira. Thank you.
Billionaire Island by Cedarwood Phase 8 is still up and selling for 5.5 million naira.
Also selling is Lush Garden Phase 4 extension Aba going for 3.5 million naira. You can also get Cedarwood City Phase 2 Owerri going for 5.5 million naira.
Every day, people they do big things, but dem no dey gree tell people o. Dem go tell you say, because of how things be, I dey like do things low key. Oya, see wetin happen between money making machine and im friend Edu Brazil.
This guy. Alpha.
Money making machine.
Edu Brazil. Edu Brazil.
Yeah, that's my name.
Baba na Alpha now.
My brother I did.
Sure. Here we are now. But you said, get what you do, I know like oh. Yes now, I meet one of our guys there before yesterday. He tell me say you don't come here buy them because of flat.
Which one be that?
I think say you know my guy.
I get them plenty. Which one be that?
Now Billionaire Garden City by Cedarwood.
I just throw small money for them. I just
It's well. Like this time, I want buy like 20 plots. Make I keep for myself. Don't
money making machine.
so they call me that thing. They call you. See what you do me. I know like I'm I know like I'm But meanwhile, make I purchase my own first. I go call you back. Maybe reason.
Correct.
It's well.
I wish my guy.
So Babana,
so anọkwara na mmiri ka ncha ba gị n'anya o mee ngwa debanye aha gị na Billionaire Garden City by Cedarwood nke dị na Ibuzo, Asaba Delta State ugbu a.
Hello everyone, my name is David, Programs and Broadcast Coordinator for Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio. Would you love to feature on any of the Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio program? Do well to reach out to us via the number right there on the screen, irrespective of who you are, what you are, where you are, and what you do. The Cedarwood Luxury Online platform is available and open to every one of you out there. So if you love to feature on any of our Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio programs, do well to reach out to us via the WhatsApp number right there on the screen, and boom, you'll be in the studio to speak with us. Do well to reach out to us now.
This is Cedarwood Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
All right, beautiful morning, Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to a beautiful day, the very first official working day for the week. It's Monday, and it is such a delight to come your way this beautiful Monday morning. Trust you had a wonderful night rest and hope your Monday morning is going fine as planned. It's exactly 11 minutes past the hour of 10. Welcome to Table Talk. It comes your way every Monday at 10 a.m. We bring to you stories making the rounds, various stories from various newspapers, Nigerian stories, foreign stories, everything that everyone is talking about and you'd also love to talk about on Table Talk. We begin with a summary of what Nigerian newspapers are talking about, and then we segue into various other stories we've selected to talk about. You can be part of the session this beautiful Monday morning via the comment section live on Facebook or YouTube, and also feel free to contribute to any of the stories that is of interest to you as we present them to you this beautiful morning. Your views, your opinions, irrespective of how you want to react, as far as you're doing it within the confines of the law and you're doing it legally and respectively, it is welcome. The WhatsApp number is also available, 09133 833 507. Feel free to be part of the conversation this morning. Yes, also do not forget to like, to comment, and to share. All right, quickly, let's segue into a summary of what Nigerian newspapers are talking about this morning. The very first one we have here, and I'm reading from Daily Post newspaper. It says 6 persons were killed as tensions escalated at the Julius Berger area of Abuja on Sunday, following a violent clash between members of Els Zaki movement, also known as Shiite. The officers of the Federal Capital Territory FCT Police Command, 2 police officers were among the dead, while several others sustained gunshot injuries. The second one here is the federal government at the weekend move to reduce the surge of malaria. It's named Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, astute businessman Femi Otedola, and renowned banker Tony Elumelu to lead the fresh efforts to end the menace in Nigeria. Number 3, Edo State Deputy Governor Philip Shuaibu, who was recently reinstated, has threatened to expose some of the atrocities of his former boss, Governor Godwin Obaseki, if his surrogates do not desist from insulting him again. Shuaibu, who recently defected to the All Progressive Congress, told journalists in Auchi that he had tolerated Governor Obaseki for over 15 months, but the Edo State governor has taken his silence for weakness. Number 4, the crackdown on economic sabotage has intensified with the arrest of 21 suspected oil thieves by the troops of 6th Division, Nigerian Army in the Niger Delta. The troops also clamped down on 43 illegal refineries and deactivated them, confiscating 120,000 liters of stolen products. Number 5, quickly. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu says his administration has been taking hard decisions aimed at making life easier for Nigerians, vowing that his policies will soon bring relief to Nigerians. The president also promised to continue promoting the rule of law, adhere to the principles of separation of power, and tolerate dissenting views within the ambit of the laws of the country. All right, number 6, Commissioner of Police in the Federal Capital Territory, Bennett Igwe, has expressed his displeasure over the killing of 2 of his operatives during a procession by members of the proscribed Islamic movement in Nigeria, popularly known as Shiites. The CP said the Islamic group has declared war, stating that the culprits won't go unpunished. Number 7, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has formally handed over 20 medical students who were rescued after spending 9 days in captivity to the Vice Chancellors of their respective institutions. The students of University of Jos and University of Maiduguri were abducted in Benue State while en route to Enugu for a conference. Number 8, quickly, the Emir of Ngi in Bauchi State, Haji Sanusa Muhammadu Danyaya, died on Sunday at the age of 88. He was said to have died Sunday morning at the Expert Alliance Hospital, Kano, days after returning from a medical trip to Saudi Arabia. Number 9, quickly, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has intercepted 2 containers with no fewer than 1,596 cartons of codeine-based syrup containing 319,200 bottles of the opioid worth 2.23 billion. That should be 2,234. That's 2.234 billion naira in street value at the Tin Can Seaport in Lagos. Amazing. Number 10, which is the very last. This one says the Chairman Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, Bayelsa State Chapter, Ikpigansi Ogonibi, on Sunday said one person had been confirmed dead in another boat incident in the States. Ogoniba said while the other passengers were rescued by concerned citizens from the community, one person drowned due to the rising water level in the area. And on that note, we come to an end of a summary of what Nigerian newspapers are talking about. And at this point, we segue into the few stories we've selected to talk about this beautiful Monday morning. Do not forget you can be part of the conversation via the comment section, either live on Facebook or YouTube. And also feel free to contribute to the session this morning, to the Table Talk show this morning, also, via the WhatsApp number. We take our very first story from this day newspaper. It says IGP mastermind of 20 kidnapped medical students killed during rescue operations. All right, so listening, a few things before we continue. Someone said something this morning on radio while I was, heading to the studio. He said that he doesn't really trust the police and these very reports as regards the fact that these medical students were rescued. Now, 2 things I want to say. Before their rescue, Nigerians had a lot saying on social media concerning the fact that the Nigerian police has done nothing in regards to the kidnapped students. But when it comes to protest, they are usually, or they are very, very, they become very, very active. This morning, someone also said they don't trust the reports. It might actually not be the rescue. Someone said it's not the police that rescued them, that it was God. And I'm asking myself, Nigerians, what do we really want? When the students were yet to be rescued, some Nigerians said the police are not active, but they are very active when it comes to protest. And then now that they have been rescued, some people are saying it's not a work of the police, it was God that rescued them. The police are just trying to take glory and all that thing. So Nigerians, let's give these guys a chance to at least prove to us that they can do what they say they can do. All right. Now let's quickly take this. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, yesterday revealed that the mastermind of the abducted 20 medical students in Boko, Benue State, while traveling to Enugu for Catholic Medical Students Conference, had been killed during the rescue operation. Egbetokun made this disclosure while addressing a press conference at Force headquarters in Abuja yesterday, in the company with Benue State Governor, Vice Chancellors of Universities of Jos and Maiduguri, Commissioners of Police, FCT, and Benue State Police Command, the rescued medical students, and some of their parents. He also revealed that 2 other members of the notorious gang were arrested during the operations and were helping the police with credible information to dismantle the gang. Egbetokun noted that the rescue without payment of ransom was made possible through the activation of security intelligence network, synergy with other security agencies, community partnership, and the deployment of its highly skilled and tactical officers whose dedication, bravery, and precision in executing their duties were truly commendable, stressing that during the operation, officers engaged the kidnappers in a well-coordinated tactical offensive. I'm pleased to inform you that the kingpin of the notorious gang was neutralized during exchange of fire with our operatives and his weapon recovered, while 2 other members of the gang were arrested. Kudos, great one, good news. I mean, I was just hoping and praying that we don't wake up one morning and just get to discover something else about the students. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. But to the glory of God, and kudos to the Nigerian police for such an amazing, amazing one there. All right. All right, we quickly segue to the next story we have. This very one. Okay, so the reason I actually selected this very story was because I think it was this morning at 4 a.m. It was this morning at 4 a.m. I came across this particular news on Twitter, and I wasn't too sure if it was real, not until when I saw this from Daily Post. It says here, France extends detention of Telegram chief Pavel Durov. France authorities have extended the detention of Telegram CEO and founder Pavel Durov following his arrest at Le Bourget Airport near Paris on Saturday evening. The Russian-born tech mogul was apprehended under a warrant related to alleged offenses connecting to the widely used but controversial messaging app Telegram. Durov, 39, was initially detained after arriving in Paris from Baku, Azerbaijan, with plans to dine in the France capital. He was accompanied by a bodyguard and a personal assistant at the time of his arrest. According to sources close to the investigation, Durov's detention has been extended beyond Sunday night by the investigating magistrate handling the case. Under French law, the initial period of detention for questioning can last up to 96 hours, after which the judge may either release Durov or press charges and remand him in further custody. The arrest in the latest development in Durov's high-profile career, marked by his creation of one of the world's influential messaging platforms. France Ofmin, an office dedicated to preventing violence against minors, issued the arrest warrant as part of a preliminary investigation into alleged offenses, including fraud, drug trafficking, cyberbullying, organized crime, and the promotion of terrorism. Durov is accused of failing to take significant action to curb the criminal use of Telegram. In response to the arrest, Russia has accused France of refusing to cooperate, while fellow tech entrepreneur Elon Musk has come to Durov's defense. Durov, all right? Is it Durov or Durov? Okay, who holds a French passport along with a nationalist, has maintained his innocence. A spokesperson for Telegram stated, Durov has nothing to hide and travels frequently in Europe. He said that Telegram abides by EU laws, including the Digital Service Act. Its moderation is within industry standards. It is absurd to claim that a platform or its owner are responsible for abuse of that platform. We'll keep a close eye on this very story to see how it unfolds. But then, I mean, for many of you like me, this is the first time getting to know the owner, his face and his name. I actually don't even know the owner of Telegram. And this very news, I just opened my Twitter app, and I guess it was the first thing I came across, and I'm like, there is. So this is the person behind Telegram. That's his name, Pavel Durov. All right, okay. We learn every day, right? Let's quickly move to the very next story, and this time around, reading from Sahara Reporters, it says Catholic Bishop likened Tinubu's policy to former dictator Babangida's failed economic policies. Okay, a few paragraphs from this story before we segue to the next. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, CBCN, has said the recent social intervention programs of President Bola Tinubu's administration may not work. This was stated at the Bishops' plenary meeting in Auchi, Edo State on Sunday. President of the Catholic body, Most Reverend Lucius Iwejuru Ugoji, the Archbishop of Owerri, and also the President Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigeria, noted that the current policies implemented by the Tinubu-led administration are similar to those implemented by former military dictator General Ibrahim Babangida regime, which admittedly failed, despite his rigorous efforts to mitigate its harsh effects through setting up the Directorate for Food, Roads and Rural Infrastructure, Better Life for rural women, and mass transit initiatives. The implementation of SAP triggered massive social and economic upheaval, he said. At the end, retired General Babangida, in an interview with Channels TV in 1992, disclosed that his administration's economic policies had failed and that the Nigerian economy had defied every conventional solution. Given that the shipwreck of one man should be the shipguide of another, the present administration of Mr. President may consider reviewing its own economic reforms policy with more openness to the insightful contributions of highly respected compatriots, he added. Nigeria suffers from inflation and rising food costs under President Tinubu's administration, a development that has worsened hardship for Nigerians. Oh yes, do you agree with this? And in a way, I do. Not in a way, I totally agree with this very, very report. It says Catholic bishops liking Tinubu's policy to former dictator Babangida's failed economic policy. And just like I read, it says that one man's shipwreck should be another man's, shipguard. And the fact that you keep making the same, you can't continue doing the same thing and expect another result. Yeah, you want a betterment of the country, and your policies are really making things more difficult. Don't you think it is time to go back to the drawing board and tilt your policies and just look at just think outside the box and see how you can do things differently in order to ease the living condition of Nigerians in Nigeria. We'll take our very next story, and this time around, Lagos is in the news. And from the Punch newspaper, this very one says, video, okay? Lagos arrests 20 for open defecation. Now, this news was actually published yesterday, about 22 hours ago. And the reason I picked this particular one for And okay, the reason I picked this particular one for Table Talk this morning is the fact that open defecation is now a thing in Lagos State. Open defecation is now, what's the word I want to use now? It's more like a competition. It's more like, the best word I can use now is competition, because you see one person doing his own here, and you see another person doing his own there. You see, let's if you know any location in Lagos where open defecation is the order of the day, please put it in the comment section, either live on Facebook or YouTube. Now I can mention on the mainland, Oshodi. There are parts of Oshodi that is very, very messed up. I know it because I've been there. I've seen it severally. A cartoon BRT bus. You know, it got to a point where we nicknamed that place Peace Avenue. Avenue for Peace. We gave it the name Peace Avenue because that place has very bad urinary odor. If you know what I'm talking about. It got to a BRT bus, Peace Avenue. Now, I think is it Obalende now? Yes, Obalende. This part of Obalende under the bridge where you get bus going to Lakwe. That part of the bridge where you get bus going to Lakwe. You also take bus going the garage itself in Obalende where you see bus going to Lakwe. You see the one going to Surulere axis and all that. That entire atmosphere. The entire atmosphere smells so bad and very dirty. Open defecation is also one of the contributors of that. Now let's come to this angle. Ilaje bus stop. Somebody say Ilaje. Ilaje bus stop. Every day, Monday to Sunday, January to December, I cannot count the number of days I have passed Ilaje bus stop without receiving demonic fragrance from that place. And you will see them broad daylight, Lekki axis, Aja under bridge. You see those bushes, that bush where they Aja. From Aja on that bridge, just go down a bit, close to what's the name of this estate now? Oh my God, this very popular estate after Aja on that bridge. Those bushes by the roadside, you will see people broad daylight, shamelessly disposing, giving free manure to the plants there. Very, very uncalled for. So when I saw this very story, I was like, very good, very, very good. And I think I've mentioned this severally on Table Talk and other programs. We should have law enforcement agencies at different bus stops, especially at those locations where people have taken it upon themselves to dish out free manure. When you see anybody doing anything that is not, even in front of my office here, I think they've stopped. Just right in front of this office, Lakeview Park Estate. You know, there's this little garden around there, little bush around there. You see somebody just sneaking and you go in there to do what he's not supposed to do. I've said it severally on this platform. Let's have law enforcement agencies. Employ them. If the police and other people, we have Kai. We have those people that they saw they are peacemakers of Lagos. I don't know what they are doing. We have those people. Deploy them to several bus stops. Give them a chair and umbrella. They should sit down there. Anybody, if for instance, I want to go and, not I, because I cannot do it. Somebody wants to go and defecate in a place, and he sees the law enforcement agency on uniform there with a bullion van, I'll be one van by the side. You do anyhow, you see anyhow, they'll arrest you, they'll grab you, take you to prison. All this rubbish will stop. Center of excellence. Without excellence. It says here that the Lagos State, reading from the point, Lagos State government has arrested 20 individuals caught engaging in open defecation. The State Commissioner of Environment and Water Resource, Tokunbo Wahab, announced the crackdown in a statement on X.com on Sunday. Open defecation during patrol and monitoring of Ojodu Beggar. Yesterday night and early hours of today, operatives of the Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps Is it Lasco? Okay. Lagesco. Oh, yeah, Lagesco official arrested 20 individuals for committing environmental infractions, he wrote. Please come to the island. Come to Aja. Come to Lekki. There should be special people should be employed. That should be their job description. Catch anybody. Catch anybody. That should be their job description. Employ more hands. Give them uniform. Give them a van. Put them there. Anybody they see, give them. Put them inside motor. They must learn, and they're going to learn the hard way. All right, quickly take our very last story from the Vanguard. It says Nigerians hope for lower cement price deems. Okay, now, Okay, the writers here says as production cost up to 121%, manufacturers' profits down 4.1%, naira depreciation, smuggling fuel price increases manufacturers. All right. The combined impact of naira depreciation and high inflation pressure has triggered a 121% rise in the production cost of cement, dimming Nigerians' hope for lower cement price. Another factor mitigating against the lower price of the product is a rising trend in smuggling to neighboring countries where the prices is higher than the price in Nigeria. In neighboring countries like Chad and Cameroon, the price ranges from $120 to $150 per 50 kg bag of cement at an exchange rate of 1,600 naira per dollar. This translates to a price of 240,000 naira to 270,000 naira per 50 kilowatt bag of cement, which is far higher than the local price of 8,000 naira. Wow. Confirming these developments, Kabiru Rabiu, Group Executive Director of Boal Cement, said one of the pressures one of the pressures we see is that there is a lot of legal smuggling of exports of cement to Cameroon. Okay, yeah. So yes, I'm just seeing a video. Please, what is going on in this America of a country, self? This election has become something else. So different drama here and there. So I'm just seeing a video right in front of me of Donald Trump speaking in public, and somebody just came from behind to just give him correct Chico. I wonder. God, I beg. Okay. So yeah, I'm confirming this development. Kabiru Rabiu, Group Executive Director of Boal Cement, said one of the pressures that we see is that there is a lot of illegal smuggling of export of cement to Cameroon and Chad. What happens is that if you take cement just across the border to some of these markets, it is selling at $150 to $270 per 50 kilo, per 50 kg of cement, which is 8,000 naira here. That is why people, oh my God, why do we like making things difficult for ourselves in this country? Why? Eh? Why do we have so much? Why are we so ojuko curious in nature? Eh? That is why we realize that a lot of our cement is actually not only going to Northeast, but to Maiduguri in particular, because there are a lot of distributors taking this cement across borders because it offers a lot of margins. So this story looks at it from the financial performance and also from the users' end and also rising cost of inputs, I'll encourage you pick up the Vanguard to take to get full details of this very story. My duty here is to draw your attention to some fantastic stories making the rounds and also encouraging you to take further steps in getting full information about that. All right, that is how much we can take on the show this beautiful Monday morning. But before we leave the studio, there is a video I came across this morning, and I would love us to take that video, and then we'll call it a day on Table Talk. Let's quickly take this video, and then I'll be right back to say my goodbyes.
There is a very serious controversy building up in the Nigerian oil and gas industry, and not a lot of people are paying attention to it. This is bigger than Dangote and his refinery. This is bigger than the Malta controversy. This is tending towards state capture. And now, because of how sensitive this topic is, nothing I say in this video is my opinion. I'm going to be showing you articles and news sources. We are going to be reading it together, and you will form your own opinion based on everything I'm going to present to you. So this is not me giving you any information. We are going to be reading information together. And we're going to start from this article by Sahara Reporters. The headline says, Nigerian state-owned oil company NNPC Retail surrenders control to OVH Energy, operator of Oando assets which it acquired. Now, before we delve into this article, I want to explain some basic things about the oil industry to you. The oil industry is divided into three parts. You have the upstream, the midstream, and the downstream sectors. The upstream sector has to do with the extraction of crude oil. So those people that bring the crude oil out of the ground, they are called the upstream. The downstream has to do with the processing and sale of crude oil byproducts. So you take the crude oil to the refinery, it brings a couple of products for you, and then now have the filling stations. So that is the downstream, the processing and the sale of crude oil byproducts, so petroleum products. And then the midstream has to do with transportation of these items around. So you have the storage tanks, the pipes and everything. That is the midstream. So oil companies, they usually have two arms. There's an arm that handles the upstream, so in charge of drilling of crude oil, and then there's an arm that handles the downstream, filling stations, refineries. So with this basic information, let's go back into the article. Nigerian state-owned oil company NNPC Retail surrenders control to OVH Energy, operator of Oando assets which it acquired. The court ruling effectively dissolves NNPC Retail, the primary importer of petrol in Nigeria, and transfers its ownership and operations to OVH Energy Marketing Limited, which now assumes full control of the entity. NNPC Retail, the downstream arm of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. Remember I told you, you have the section that deals with the upstream, and then you have the one that deals with the downstream. NNPC Retail deals with the downstream arm of NNPC's business. OVH Energy, which I'll be explaining more to you later, deals with Oando's arm of the downstream business. NNPC Retail, the downstream arm of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, has ceased to exist after a court-approved transfer of its ownership and assets to OVH Energy Marketing Limited, a company it claimed to have acquired. What does this mean? You transfer assets to a company that it claimed to have acquired. Let's get more details on this. And for this, we are going to go to NNPC's website. NNPC themselves are going to their website. So this is from NNPC's website, October 1, 2022. NNPC Limited acquires OVH Energy downstream assets. In line with its vision to maintain leading position in the Nigerian petroleum downstream sector, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has acquired OVH Energy Marketing, owner and operator of the Oando downstream assets. Remember, upstream, downstream. Through this acquisition, NNPC Retail Limited will build on the existing success of OVH and operate model service outlets leveraging OVH extensive asset base and commercial capabilities. Speaking at the ceremony in Abuja, the board chairman of NNPC Limited, Senator Mageri Okadigbo, said the acquisition brings over 380 additional filling stations under the NNPC Retail brand in Nigeria and Togo. On our journey to attaining 1,000 filling stations, we will be the largest petroleum product retail network in Africa. So basically what happened here is that NNPC's arm of the downstream sector bought Oando's arm of the downstream sector. Basically, NNPC's filling station bought Oando's filling station. And if you notice in your area, you see that all Oando filling stations changed to NNPC. So this was an effect of this buyout that happened October 2022. And note, this was 5 months to the presidential election. So obviously, there is something fishy here. And this was what prompted Atiku to release this statement.
Do well to join us on Wednesday, 10 a.m. on the Morning Delight Show to get that full details. Nigeria, my country, we hail thee. Yes, don't miss it. Wednesday, 10 a.m. The Morning Delight Show. Join us on Wednesday. You see that food video? You see that video? You hear what Atiku said, and you get the full details of every other thing that has that is in that video. This is the point. We call it a day. And the Morning Delights. Did I say Morning Delights? Table Talk. We'll be back at 1 p.m. to bring you latest trends and happening news. Latest news in the real estate industry. Of course, the real estate market trend. God bless you. See you again at 1 p.m.
Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
Virtually everyone is talking about Billionaires Gulf City by Cedarwood. You've probably heard them say that it was sold out in 10 days. As far as real estate in Asaba is concerned, Billionaires Gulf City by Cedarwood is the best thing since sliced bread. If you missed acquiring a parcel of land in the maiden phase of the series, Billionaires Gulf City by Cedarwood 2 is here. Same neighborhood, same design outlook, same plot options and more features. Billionaires Gulf City by Cedarwood 2 promises twice as much the experience. Subscribe today.